get it.
I'd like to call the meeting to order. And we'll have a moment of silence, please. Please rise to the flag salute. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Act, a public notice of this meeting has been sent to board members, all district schools, the Herald News, the Suburban Trend, the Record, the Messenger, West Milford Town Hall, the County Superintendent's Office, the Board Attorney, Cablevision of Warwick, and West Milford TV 77, and posted in the Administration Building. Copies of the board meeting calendar resolution were provided to all local media, town hall, township libraries, and all district schools. Mrs. Francisco, roll call, please.
Mrs. Romeo.
Here.
Mrs. Stevenson.
Here.
Mr. Conklin.
Here.
Mrs. Dwyer.
Here.
Mr. Guarino.
Here.
Mrs. O'Brien. Mr. Ochinsky.
Here.
Mr. Stillman.
Here.
Mrs. Van Dyke.
Here. Dr. Animo, your report.
Yes, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our October meeting. A few items to report on now for the district. We have our HIV self-assessment scores. These are scores our school administration completes every year. It's based on the year prior. So if we look backwards at what our schools did last year with HIV, there's a checklist, there's a scoring rubric. I would like to report out on the scores. Actual is a 75. Now keep in mind this is a 78-point maximum, not a 1 to 100, a 50 to 78 scale. Maple Road 77, Marshall Hill 75, PK 77, Upper Greenwood Lake 75, Westbrook 75, Mackin 73, and High School 62. So we will send these scores down to the state for review. They will certify them later this year. Probably not until like around June, and then we'll report on those again out in June. Should be the same numbers, and then we'll post that report on our website. Next up, our pandemic EBT card. We discussed this, I think, briefly in August, even probably in a couple other times. So we know that our free lunch numbers went down last year during the pandemic, 2020-21, because we were giving out, it was free lunch for everybody, irrespective of whether or not you applied for free lunch. So our numbers dipped dramatically last year. We made a concerted effort this summer and again into September to get our numbers back, and I'm happy to report that we recouped all of our numbers from 2 years ago. 2019-20, we had 475 students or families on free reduced lunch. This year it's 476. The interceding year, last year, went down to 383. So it went down 100 and about up 100 in the last 2 years. So our administration's done a great job with that, getting the message out to our families. If somebody wishes to apply for free lunch, it's never too late. They can still apply. They will get, in addition to free meals at school, they will get a debit card loaded with money to be used at food establishments in the community, ShopRite, McDonald's, Mario's, etc. So if you believe there's no deadline for free lunch, we do report out on our free lunch numbers all the time, but there is no deadline to apply. You can apply at any time. It's a rolling admission. The debit card that you receive will be from the time you apply moving forward. Next up, this year our actual fourth grade was selected to participate in the NAEP, the National Assessment of Educational Progress. This is a federal test. It is given to random districts, random schools, and random grades every year, every 2 years. You've often heard of something called the Nation's Report Card, where they track reading and math scores. This is it, the NAEP. So for this year, our school that was selected was Apshua School, grade 4, and we'll be administering the NAEP to those students in this grade. Right? The results will not be shared with anybody. They'll go to the U.S. Department of Education, and they'll be shared on a national level, and they'll see where our reading scores and math scores are nationwide. Should be interesting post-pandemic as well. Next thing up, didn't make my superintendent report, but we just spoke with the West Milford Lions Club this morning. They do an annual amblyopia service program for our kindergarten students where they come into our elementary schools and they screen students. Last year it was canceled, so this year we're going to start again. It is going to be kindergarten and first grade this year to catch up on what the students we missed last year. We're working with an optometrist from Kinnelon, Dr. Schneider, as well as our local Lions group, so we thank them for their volunteerism and we thank them for all their support. That program is being arranged now by our principals to screen our students. And lastly, Ms. White for a student report.
Hello everyone, thank you for allowing me to speak today. My name is Abby Weiss, President of the Student Council. This week in the high school we finished up our Start Strong testing. The students were tested in the subjects math, ELA, and science, and next week we are starting for grades 10 and 11 the PSATs on October 26th. One of our fundraisers right now at the high school is being run by the Varsity Club, and it's a penny wars in order to raise money for Save Our Sisters. On October 4th to the 8th was the Week of Respect, where students were given papers to write kind messages to give to their peers. And during that week, some students even went ahead and wrote on sticky notes kind messages and put them on people's lockers. And this week we are promoting Violence Awareness Week. Yesterday was Pajama Day to stay snuggy and safe with your friends. Today we wore rainbow to practice mindfulness. Tomorrow we're wearing red, white, and blue to pledge for violence. And Thursday we wear superhero gear to appreciate our hometown heroes. And Friday is black and gold to show that we are all unified and there for each other. And we would like to congratulate all of our sports teams that are working extremely hard and finishing off the fall season strong. The field hockey team so far has an amazing record of 12-5. The girls tennis team is 1-14. The boys varsity soccer team is 4-10, and they're currently playing Lakeland right now at the turf. The girls varsity soccer team is 5-10. The girls volleyball team is 9-8, and the football team is 3-4. On Friday night is football senior night, and there will be an amazing halftime performances from band, color guard, cheer, and dance, and the announcement of the homecoming court. We're wishing our sports teams good luck in the next couple weeks of their season. The high school and middle school student councils are super excited to announce that the Spooktacular will be happening this year in cooperation with the West Milford PBA on October 30th from 5 to 8 p.m. We are expecting a huge turnout this year, and the high school is working hard to organize the trunk-or-treating portion of the night. We have many people signed up to decorate trunks, and we also have many clubs and organizations from the high school signed up to help out. And the middle school student council is working hard on organizing the haunted hallway at McAfee. That's the other portion of the night, and we're excited to see what the night brings, and we hope to see everybody. Thank you for allowing me to speak. Does anyone have any questions?
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that they were doing the hallways this year again.
Yeah.
So that's good. I'm glad to hear it, and hopefully it'll be a fun night for all the kids.
Okay.
Thanks. Dan,
Right.
you're on the air.
Right, thank you. One of the themes I've been speaking about over the last few months, leading into this school year, looking into post-pandemic education, was about, how do we pick up the pieces from what began in spring 2020, leading us to what we're currently doing today. So I'm happy to report on the completion, and I'm going to piggyback on what Ms. Weiss spoke about with the completion of the Start Strong assessment, that we have completed the first round of that process. So the first step in that process is to gather all the assessment data that we find useful in diagnosing the effects of what the spring of 2020 meant, where most of our students were home, and what a hybrid or virtual environment looked like, or 5-day in school. We had so many kids in so many different learning environments. So we are in that process of collecting that data. We've completed the first step, as I mentioned, where we finalized Start Strong assessment. That is a state assessment that we actually piloted last year. We're one of the few districts in the state that actually utilized that process, that assessment. So we were well suited to implement it this year. Prior to the Start Strong assessment, we used our Linkit platform, which is the program that we use to administer benchmark assessments in language arts and mathematics. Those benchmark assessments assess our students against the New Jersey student learning standards that they are supposed to have mastered at that point in time. So, basically what we do after the assessment is we take a look. The assessments, both the Linkit assessment and the Start Strong assessment, gives us the specific learning standards that our students are accountable for in this point in the school year, and it shows us where they've mastered these standards and where there may be some deficits. So, coming back to where I started with this discussion, diagnosing the effects of the pandemic is what we've been doing. We had some great timing with this process for our October 11th PD Day, where we completed the Linkit assessments about 1 week prior to that. That gave the Linkit company a week to process our information and then have it available for our staff to use on October 11th, where we had an early dismissal for students. But our staff had a regular length full day plus an additional hour. I don't know if everyone's aware of that in the community, so that our students went home at early dismissal, but our staff didn't just do a full day, they did a full day plus 1 hour. So that professional development time was used specifically at looking at the data from Linkit, looking at student learning standards, looking how their students in their classes performed, and the more important part of that is now what do we do with that information? So they made groups, they put together learning plans, they put together individualized sets of standards to use in their classrooms for catching up for some of those things that may have been missed. In the elementary schools, it looked like our group of Encore teachers coming together and looking at patterns of standards that may have been missed across particular grade levels, and then looking at it on a district level. So we had a really productive professional development day. Following that process, we complete Start Strong. Now that Start Strong and Linkit are completed, we're able to compare those things. So both assessments look at standards. So we're just going to have multiple layers of looking at the learning standards that our students need to master. So we're moving along. We're excited for it. We anticipate that information that may be shared with parents will be available at our November conferences. We have about the state doesn't finish Start Strong until the end of October, so we anticipate once we complete the process and they close the window for the state, that we'll be able to get the higher level district profiles. Our teachers can access their individual student the day after they take the assessment, but to get the higher level district reports, that takes some time from the state. And that's it.
Thank you, Dan. Yes.
Dan, will there be a public presentation of the results of that test?
Yeah, we anticipate doing that. Yeah, I should be able to, depending on when we can get back Start Strong. I should have that available at the next Ed Committee, and then talk about it for public.
Anybody else have any questions? Courtney.
Since you're talking about Linkit, I'm just curious, are teachers able to access Linkit to create their own class tests on Linkit?
Yes.
I think that's a good thing, because then the kids get really used to taking the Linkit test. I just wanted to bring that up as something that I think is really nicely streamlined for our students and our teachers. And I'm happy to hear that that happens.
Yeah, we've got quite a few
quite a few staff members who are using it in that regard.
I think that's great.
Anyone else? If not, Mrs. Francisco?
We have the minutes from the September 28th workshop and executive session, and the minutes from the special meeting where we had strategic planning on September 30th.
I need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the September 28th workshop regular meeting minutes, the September 28th executive session minutes, and the September 30th special meeting minutes.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion on the minutes?
I just have a question. If we were not at the special meeting, then we abstained from that one and voted on the other two. Okay.
Anyone else? If not, although, do we have to do a roll call if people? No. Okay, all those in favor?
I abstained.
I abstain from
30th.
September 30th.
Okay. Any, no. My president's report. I just wanted to comment on the strategic planning meeting on September 30th. It was well attended. It would be wonderful if there's more parents or members of the community that would like to come out to the next meeting, which is October 27th at 7 p.m. and it is at Macapan again, right?
That's the cafeteria.
It's a good night if you want to give some input, find out what we're looking at and looking for the next 5 years as a community. It would be very helpful if as many could come out as they could. We did have a good amount in attendance, but you didn't have to come to just the first, to all the meetings. If you can make the second meeting, that would be great. We also, the third meeting will be December 1st, right? Same thing, 7 p.m. at Macapan. But I want to thank those that did come out, and I encourage anyone that would like to come to please come on October 27th. Not stand in my report. Now is time for the public comment. This portion of the meeting is open to members of the public for the purpose of addressing resolutions on the agenda only. Members of the public who have requested to speak prior to the meeting will be recognized by the chair first. Each speaker will be given 5 minutes for a period of 30 minutes, and then time permitting other public comment limited to 5 minutes per speaker will be allowed until the 30-minute time period transpires. All members of the public speaking during the public comment period are asked to address topics listed in the agenda. All speakers are asked to sign the register provided and to give their full name, spell their last name, group affiliation, if appropriate, and provide their address. Issues raised by members of the public may or may not be responded to by the board. All comments will be considered and a response will be forthcoming if and when appropriate. The board asks that members of the public be courteous and respectful of the rights of other individuals when speaking. Specifically, comments regarding students and employees of the board are discouraged, and the board and the administration will not respond to them. Students and employees have specific legal rights afforded to them by the laws of New Jersey. The board is not responsible and is not liable for any comments made by members of the public. Members of the public should consider their comments in light of the legal rights of those affected or identified in their comments. Members of the public are reminded that they are legally responsible and liable for their comments. Anyone wishing to speak under public comment?
Seeing none, I make a motion to close public comment.
Need a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
All right, just a quick edit before we adopt the agenda. I'm going to make a change on page 4. Education, resolution number 11, there's a typo. Incident number should be 2022 M1. And second one, on page 5, personnel student affairs. Your resolution number 2 is going to be pulled. You can't really have a change of heart. And for today, she no longer wishes to work there. So we're going to pull number 2 off of personnel student affairs. That's it.
And then you have a hand carry, right?
And the hand carry as well.
I need a motion to adopt the agenda.
I'll make a motion to adopt the agenda with the edits.
And your second,
Second.
Steve? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, education, Mrs. Dwyer.
Okay, I'd like to move items 1 through 10 for approval, discussion and approval, and 11 will be voted on when we come back from executive.
Discussion? Oh, I need a second, I'm sorry.
I'll second.
Courtney and Steve. Any discussion?
I have this question.
Okay.
Number 4, I have so much that I could say, could take up our entire meeting. But the first thing I want to say is this. I want to thank whoever filled these out, because I feel like, at the high school especially, and Mackin, I feel like they are real data and honest. I can say I looked through some of the elementary ones and see numbers that I do not think could be accurate. I think that this HIB situation is something, if you know me, and if you've heard anything I've said sitting at these meetings, we have still work to do. And it's clear now in front of us. I am adamant that our investigators and our specialists have to be trained by people that do the work, that have done the work. This isn't new. This should really be seamless. To see ones is like, it irks me. But yet, I'm proud of them for being honest. I really am, because now you have like something in front of you to say, we need a plan. Where's the training? Who's doing the training? No offense to our attorney, but that's not ever what I was looking for in training. I was looking for real, in the work, HIB specialists that have been doing it for 20 years, that have all their cases and all their things that work, the paperwork and the process and all of that. I'm asking for the following year for a list of activities from the schools. I'd like to be more involved in knowing what's happening. For the week of respect, what are the activities, and then how is that followed through throughout the year for school climate and school culture? Who are the teams? When do they meet? I saw a lot of twos about meeting. Some of the things, I mean, that were appalling is specifically number 3D, again, provided with professional development. That's on us, right here. And I've been saying it, and I will always keep saying it until that's a 3 and until I feel like our district really has this. So I couldn't leave tonight without this, obviously, about HIB stuff, you know, and bring it up every time. Always, we have got to do better. And I know that, you know, I'm just happy that we have something, you know, to really look at and talk about. Number 2C, I have identified that as a problem for years, that the HIB policy be discussed with students. I know multiple students in multiple grades that have never been explained the HIB law to them from our school system. That has to be done in every building. You know, a few years ago, the PTA, I'm sorry if I'm on a minute limit, I'll try and wrap this up.
You're not on a minute limit.
I know I'm not, but I'm still.
I don't have anything going.
A few years ago, you know, we did add in a presentation to the PTAs. Well, now since then, we've had multiple new families move into our district and multiple new families move to our state, and parents that have never had kids in the school system before. That PTA presentation from the principals and the HIB specialists should be run every year. And it, you know, there's multiple things and improvements that I see that could be done, and I would love to be a part of the conversation. I would also love to share my notes, Alex, with you and go through it. You know, there's a lot of correlation among schools, and but at our high school, I mean, this should be seamless, you know. So I just needed to share all of that.
Thank you. And send over, you know, tomorrow if you can. look at the self-assessment scores as a roadmap for success. How do we get better? Well, we look at the areas we didn't do great in this year, and that's our first area to look at. So it's not something it's a little feedback here, but that's how we try to get better every year, and that's consistent with best practices across the board.
Thank you.
Anyone else? If not, roll call, Mrs. Francisco?
Mrs. Dwyer.
Yes.
Mr. Guarino.
Yes.
Mrs. Stevenson.
Yes.
Mr. Stillman.
Yes.
Mr. Ovchinsky.
Yes.
Mrs. Romeo.
Yes.
Mr. Conklin.
Yes.
Mrs. Van Dyke.
Yes. Well, number 11, we're going to do after executive session. So, personnel, student affairs, Mrs. Stevenson?
I'd like to make a motion to move items 1 through 25, as well as hand carry number 1, numbers 26 through 28.
So we'll hold number 2.
Number 2.
Oh, I thought we approved the,
Number 2.
I know, but I thought if we approved the agenda edit. Okay, sorry. Numbers 1 and then 3 through 25, as well as hand carry number 1, 26 through 28.
Second.
Any discussion? No?
I mean, I think it needs to be brought up again. What else can we do to get nurses? This candidate left, I'd like you to find out why. Do we need to give them more money? What is going on? Why can't we get?
We got one here. Resolution number 3 is, we did get one. We thought we had 2, and we just got a call today about 3 o'clock, maybe 3:30. Seemed the team money was the issue, but we agreed on the salary probably Thursday, so something transpired between Thursday and today, which made the salary not palatable anymore. I don't know what happened there.
Ray, do you have a question?
I just wanted to say congratulations to Ruth
Yes.
Brock on her retirement. She's a great teacher for my boys, even myself. The very first year, and I think she started my 7th grade year. So congratulations to her. Happy retirement.
We wish her well. Any other discussion? If not, roll call?
Mrs. Stevenson.
Yes.
Mr. Guarino.
Yes on all and abstain from 17.
Mr. Ovchinsky.
Yes.
Mrs. Romeo.
Yes.
Mr. Conklin.
Yes.
Mrs. Dwyer.
Yes.
Mr. Stillman.
Yes.
Mrs. Van Dyke.
Yes on all and no on number 11. Operations and finance, Mr. Ovchinsky?
Yes. I'd like to move items number 1 and 2 under operation and finance.
Second.
Discussion? If not, roll call?
Mr. Ovchinsky.
Yes.
Mrs. Stevenson.
Yes.
Mr. Guarino.
Yes.
Mr. Stillman.
Yes.
Mrs. Dwyer.
Yes.
Mrs. Romeo.
Yes.
Mr. Conklin.
Yes.
Mrs. Van Dyke.
Yes.
I'd like to move item number 3 under operations and finance.
Need a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, roll call?
Mr. Ovchinsky.
Yes.
Mrs. Stevenson.
Yes.
Mr. Guarino.
Abstain.
Mrs. Dwyer.
Yes.
Mr. Stillman.
Yes.
Mr. Conklin.
Yes.
Mrs. Romeo.
Abstain.
Mrs. Van Dyke.
I abstain.
I'd like to move items 4 through 7 under operation and finance.
I need a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, roll call vote?
Mr. Ovchinsky.
Yes.
Mr. Guarino.
Yes.
Mrs. Stevenson.
Yes.
Mr. Stillman?
Yes.
Mrs. Dwyer?
Yes.
Mrs. Romeo?
Yes.
Mr. Conklin?
Yes.
Mrs. Van Dyke?
Yes. Thank you. Mrs. Romeo?
Yes, I'd like to move items 1 through 15 under policy.
I need a second.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Okay. Roll call board?
Mrs. Romeo?
Yes.
Mrs. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. Shinsky?
Yes.
Mr. Stillman?
Yes.
Mr. Conklin?
Yes.
Mr. Guarino?
Yes.
Mrs. Dwyer?
Yes.
Mrs. Van Dyke?
Yes. Committee reports. Parks and Recreation, Mr. Stillman. Nothing yet, huh?
They had a meeting, but I didn't make it.
Oh, okay. Do they have one coming up again, or you don't know?
Supposed to.
Oh,
They
hopefully.
usually send them out, not by email, like,
Are you meeting in person now?
they are, yes.
Good, good. Safety, there is a safety meeting on Thursday, the 27th. Oh, wait, is it Thursday? Yes, it's Thursday, the 27th. And that's a virtual meeting again.
I thought it was in person.
Okay. That's what it says.
I'll double check. I thought it was in person. Safety.
Yeah, it's in person.
Yeah, in person.
Okay. Oh, is it? October 27th? Oh, then it's Wednesday. I'm sorry. Superintendent Roundtable?
We have a meeting Thursday.
Passaic County School Board.
Okay, we had a dinner last night that Mrs. O'Brien attended virtually, and Mrs. Van Dyke and I attended. There were some interesting things. There are two bills that are stalled in the Senate, and maybe you could, oh, you don't understand? Okay, one is the move for a free preschool for all students. But they're afraid that might be state mandated, and if that happens, it's unfunded, okay? And the second thing is free community college. There was a workshop for new candidates for school board last week, and it was well attended by most districts. The workshops, and this is for all of us, the workshops are virtual this year. There's over 140 workshops, and they'll be available 30 days, up to 30 days after that. There was a presentation on cyber security, thank you. And it was interesting, and the thing that amazed me was that the man advised us to have our kids change their password every 90 to 100 days. And most of the hacking that's going on in districts is coming from inside, it's coming from kids. There was a representative from Beckton Regional, and their system was totally hacked. And it turned out to be a child from another district who did it on a dare. And they had to replace the whole service.
The whole server.
The whole service, yeah. It's something we have to be very, very cautious of. It was pointed out that only 2% of our budget is spent on all budgets is spent on cybersecurity. Most IT people are not really, according to this. I mean, he was selling the program, but he was saying that most of our IT people really don't have the time to go after what they need to do. And he advised us that keychains are not good because they are often hacked. That's it. Backups are needed to be done frequently. And that's
And our next meeting again will be in person, which the group was very happy to see.
I think our next one's in
November.
virtual.
December's birthday is
Virtual.
in person.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Thank you. Legislative,
I have no report.
technology.
We meet this coming Friday.
Oh, Township and Board of Education Joint Committee, don't have a meeting set up yet, right? West Milford Municipal Alliance.
No report.
Okay. Old business? Anyone have any old business?
Yeah, I don't know, I'm not sure this is old business, but I think, and I'm not sure if we did this at the last meeting because I don't remember, but I think we need to commend our faculty, our staff, our bus drivers, our aides for the seamless opening of school. And I'm not sure we did that, so I'd like to do that now. Thank you.
We agree. Thank you. Anything else under old business? I need a motion to close old business.
I'll make a motion to close old business.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, new business? Anyone have any new business? Okay,
No new business, I'll make a motion to close new business.
We'll second that one.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, public comment. We're back to public comment. This portion of the meeting is open to members of the public having a legitimate interest in the actions of the board for the purpose of addressing any subject matter pertinent to and/or directly related to the operation of the West Milford School District. Members of the public who have requested to speak prior to the meeting will be recognized by the chair first. Each speaker will be given 5 minutes for a period of 30 minutes, and then time permitting, other public comment limited to 5 minutes per speaker will be allowed until the 30-minute time period transpires. All speakers are asked to sign the register provided, give their full name, spell their last name, group affiliation if appropriate, and provide their address. Issues raised by the members of the public may or may not be responded to by the board. All comments will be considered and a response will be forthcoming if and when appropriate. The board asks that the members of the public be courteous and respectful of the rights of other individuals when speaking. Specifically, comments regarding students and employees of the board are discouraged. The board and the administration will not respond to them. Students and employees have specific legal rights afforded to them by the laws of New Jersey. The board is not responsible and is not liable for any comments made by members of the public. Members of the public should consider their comments in the light of the legal rights of those affected and identified in their comments. Members of the public are reminded that they are legally responsible and liable for their comments. Anyone wishing to speak under public comment?
Seeing none, I make a motion to close public comment.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we need an executive session. I need a motion for executive session.
At 7:38, I request that we go into executive session for the purpose of negotiations and HID, and we should return within 30 minutes.
I need a second.
Second.
And action will be taken.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We will return and we will take action. I'd like to call the meeting back to order. Barbara, could you do roll call, please?
Mrs. Romeo?
Here.
Mrs. Stevenson?
Here.
Mr. Stillman?
Here.
Mrs. Dwyer?
Here.
Mr. Guarino?
Here.
Mr. Oshinsky?
Here.
Mr. Conklin?
Here.
Mrs. Van Dyke?
Here. Mrs. Dwyer?
Okay, I move to accept the recommendation of the superintendent to approve the following HID 2022 and 1 as unsubstantiated.
I need a
Second.
second. Dave? Any discussion? Roll call, Barb?
Mrs. Dwyer?
Yes.
Mrs. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. Guarino?
Yes.
Mr. Oshinsky?
Yes.
Mr. Stillman?
Yes.
Mrs. Romeo?
Yes.
Mr. Conklin?
Yes.
Mrs. Van Dyke?
Yes. Need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Good night.
Good night.